Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1982 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the Brewers is Jaime Cocanower, whose record is 9-12 with a 6.05 ERA. And pitching for the Tigers today is Bert Blyleven, whose record is 4-1 with a 3.96 ERA. Okay, as you can see here with our schedule that I've pulled up, it is the Milwaukee Brewers schedule. And I just kind of wanted to remind myself to show you guys this. Whenever we start a new series, that I want to show you what the opponent's main page looks like. So you can see their injuries here, their top prospects, expiring contracts, and then all of the numbers and their team leaders. I've never really done this before, but I also wanted to show you what their lineup looks like. I have really come around on this team. This is a sub 500 team, but they basically, excuse me, they basically got rid of all of their main players. They traded off Yount. They've got rid of their consistent named players that you would recognize. And they brought in all these young people, and all they've done is put up some pretty decent numbers. They are using the same lineup, as you can see where it says both up here. They use the same players versus lefties and versus righties. So they've done a lot considering there's just a bunch of rookies and scrubs in here, with the exception of Paul Molitor and the great Chet Loman. So just a very interesting lineup. I mean, you can see here all the, they have, decent numbers in the high 30s to this almost to 70 with runs and RBIs. So when this season started and we saw this lineup, I kept thinking this team is a joke and really has no chance. But they've done better than I think we could have expected. So I just wanted to point that out before we get started with today's game. Let's go ahead and get this baby started. As always, I appreciate everyone following along, like and or subscribe. I got 3 new subscribers yesterday, just like out of nowhere. I don't even know how it happened. But welcome aboard if you're watching the Brainiac Baseball games here. If you're here for the sports card breaks, that's a whole different video. But feel free to sit back and enjoy this as well. We had to go to the bullpen early and often yesterday. Filer was horrible. So we've actually got 3 pitchers unavailable today. We have 1 righty and 2 lefties. So that means Bert Blyleven's going to have to go deep into this ball game. You see his overall numbers here for the season with both teams, the Pirates and the Tigers, and he has not faced any of these Brewers ever before, so who knows what to expect. Cocanower, he is a right-handed pitcher. We've seen him a lot this season. And for the first time in quite a while, we have our entire lineup healthy for today's game. So you see the lineup there. The only person that you might not expect to be in the ball game is Andre Dawson, who we know sucks, and Eddie Miller deserves to start in right field today. Okay, let's go ahead and do the lineup rundown for the Brew Crew. Batting leadoff, playing first base, is the rookie Bob Skube. Batting second and center field is Chet Loman. Batting third at second base is Hall of Famer Paul Molitor. Batting cleanup, playing third base, another rookie, it's Randy Asadoor. Batting fifth in right field, another rookie, Alan Cockrell. Batting sixth in left field is rookie Doug Loman. Batting seventh and DHing is the catcher Dave Sachs. Batting eighth, and the actual catcher is Charlie Moore. Dave Sachs DHing today. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, is Ed Romero. Okay, let's take a look at Bert. Bert's 4-1 as a Tiger with that 3.96 ERA, 33 Ks in 38.2 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .267 against him. Certainly pitching better for us than he did in his time with the Pirates. He's actually been maybe the most consistent starter we've had in the second half, since the All-Star break. Let's take a look at his log. He had a little bit of a rough one against Kansas City. That team batted around on him. He gave up 10 hits, 6 runs, but only 2 were earned. 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. He's won 3 in a row for us, and 4 out of 5 starts as a Tiger. The last 5 starts as a Tiger. So looking pretty sharp. We need him to go deep in this game in order to preserve our bullpen. And here is the Tigers' defensive alignment. Everybody where they belong. And Bob Skube leading off against Bert Blyleven. And a number back to Bert. There's one down. So we're going to keep a close eye on Bert's pitch count. Now his endurance is 93, so he could go like 130 pitches if he had to. And he kind of has to. Chet Lemon up next. Ground ball to third. 2 down. Paul Molitor strikes out. Clean inning there for Blyleven. We go to the bottom of the first. Here's the Tigers lineup rundown for today's game. Batting leadoff and playing right field is Eddie Miller. Batting second in center field is Rickey Henderson. Batting third in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting cleanup at third base is Mickey Hatcher. Batting fifth at first base is Greg Brock. Batting sixth and DHing is Eddie Murray. Batting seventh and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting eighth at second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting ninth, playing shortstop, is Alan Trammell. Pitching for the Brewers is Jaime Cocanower. 9-12, making his 24th start of the year. That ERA is tough. It's a 6.05 ERA. Opponents are batting .300 against him, and he walks a ton. 88 in 145 innings. He's only struck out 52. He is what Dan Petrie is to us when it comes to the walk-strikeout ratio. He does have 2 complete games. Let's take a look at his log. Yeah, we've seen him a few times. We beat him on June 6th. We beat him on June 26th. And that is the only 2 times that we've faced him in the last 20 starts at least. So we have to feel good about our odds beating him his last 2. Here is the defensive alignment for the Brew Crew. Again, they're a little suspect defensively, especially at third, which is Asadoor, and in right field, which is Alan Cockrell. Otherwise, pretty solid in the rest of the fielding departments. Here is Eddie Miller leading off against Jaime Cocanower. We're giving him the start in right field today because he's batting .468 versus righties. And Dawson's batting .217. Miller grounds out to first. There's 1 down. Next up is Rickey Henderson. And Henderson thought that was going to be a base hit up the middle. Oh, Romero gets to it, but he boots it. And Rickey is on first. Let's take a look at the stolen base percentage. 74%. Everybody knows he's going. It's early, and we're going to test Charlie Moore. Charlie Moore, actually a pretty decent defensive catcher, but if you watched our League Leaders video, you know he was at the bottom of the caught stealing percentage for catchers. And Henderson swipes second base. 29 stolen bases for Henderson. In scoring position now for Kirk Gibson. Gibby, infield single to first. First and third for Mickey Hatcher. We know Mickey is a guy we hit and run with every time we have an opportunity. Less than 2 outs, runners in first and third. Everybody's moving. and Mickey makes great contact. And a base hit through the left side of the infield past the third baseman. And a run scores. It's 1-0 Detroit. Hatcher on first, Gibby on second for Greg Brock. Brock's average down to .235, but he's second on the team with 16 home runs. Flying out to center field, Gibby tags, takes third. And that's going to bring up Eddie Murray. Murray is really struggling. We dropped him all the way down to the 6th spot. If you take a look here, you'll see he's 4 for 26 as a Tiger in those 7 games since the trade. But he is batting .325 versus right-handers and 5 for 10 versus Cocanower. Oh, he gets drilled right in the hip. So the bases are loaded now for Parrish, and this is the hottest player on the team. Parrish is in fuego. He's got 5 home runs in his last 20 games, and the bases are loaded. Right off the end of the bat to second, and Molitor finishes off the inning. So we go to the top of the second inning. Tigers leave the bases loaded. Randy Asadoor leads off against Bert Blyleven, flying out to right. There's one down. Next up is Alan Cockrell. And Cockrell flying out to center. 2 down for Doug Loman. They've moved Loman up in the lineup. He was the number 8 hitter pretty much all year that I can remember. And he strikes out. That was a weak swing at that curveball. Firing nothing but curveballs at Loman. We go to the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Detroit. Here's Sweet Lou leading off. Lou just struggles versus righties. Grounding out to first. There's one down. And, like really the same with Trammell. Like last year, Trammell batted well over 300. Whitaker was at 280, but this year they've struggled. We've had to move them down in the lineup. So they aren't hurting us as much. If Trammell flies out to center. 2 down, we're back to Eddie Miller, and Miller gets the base hit. That's what he does. Eddie stretches it into a double. That was unexpected. 8 doubles on the year. His OPS is over 1,000. He's coming up to 100 at-bats. I can't think of any player that wouldn't want to bat 1,000 for OPS through 100 at-bats. And then Rickey grounds out to short as Romero makes the play this time, and that'll do it. So we're moving on to the top of the third. Dave Sachs, Charlie Moore, and Ed Romero due up. And there's the first hit against Blyleven, a base hit from Sachs. I said earlier that Sachs was the catcher for today. Obviously he's not, but he did start the season off as the catcher. So Charlie Moore took over when Randy Reddy got injured. He was the everyday DH. So Sachs became the DH, Moore came in at catcher, and the rest is mediocre history. Moore flies out to right, and so does Ed Romero. All 3 balls put in play to right field. And then Skube pops it up on the first base side in foul ground, and Brock makes the catch. We are going to the bottom of the third. Gibby leading off, Gibby, Hatcher, and Brock. And Gibby lifts it into right for a base hit. Do we want to go for 2? No. Do we want to steal with Gibby? 70%. And Gibby has not been all that good. You know what? We're going to hit and run. That's what we do. Runner on first. Less than 2 outs. And a good contact hitter up. And he pulls it to the left. That's not going to make it, though. There we go. It's going to be caught by the left fielder, Loman, and Gibby's going to hold. Now is optimal to steal second. Try to get that runner into scoring position for Brock. That was a high fastball. Perfect for Charlie Moore as Gibby's gunned down, and Gibby sneaky bad in stolen bases. 14 out of 25 now. 2 down. Here's Greg Brock. Let's see if that defensive out comes back and haunts us next inning. As Brock gets a base hit to left, he goes oppo with a single. It's going to bring up Eddie Murray. He got plunked in the hip. And a ground ball to third. So the slump continues for Murray. We go to the top of the 4th. Lemon, Molitor, and Asadoor up. Let's see if Bert can set him down. Only at 29 pitches as Lemon hits a comebacker to Blyleven, who tosses him out. 1 down. Next up is Paulie. Molitor base hit into center field. Henderson gets it in quickly. So Molitor's on first. He has 10 stolen bases, leading the team. He could be going here. I called that one. And he's gunned down by Parrish. Nicely done. So a base running blunder right back at him. And then Asadoor strikes out. I think that's the second strikeout for Blyleven. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Here's Lance Parrish leading off. That was ball 4, but he swung anyway. Look at that, 6 inches outside, all fastballs. And Parrish grounds out. So 1 down. Sweet Lou up next, and there's a base hit for Lou. Into center field. Sweet Lou on first. I was contemplating stealing, and Trammell just hasn't been doing much with home runs. He's got 4 homers against Cocanower. We're going to let him swing away. Oh, that's not a home run. That's a ground ball to second and an easy double play. So the Tigers maintain a 1-0 lead. We go to the 5th. Both pitchers in control. Alan Cockrell leading off the 5th. And he strikes out. That's 4 Ks now with Cockrell's added on to the total. Then Doug Loman popping it up. 2 quick outs for Bert. And Blyleven gets his 5th K. Nicely done. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. We're back to the top of the lineup with Fast Eddie Miller. And Miller popping it up on the infield. Miller got his first career home run in the last series. It was a no-doubter to center field. Oh, man, there's another ball 4 that the Tigers are swinging at. If you want to get to the bullpen, they got to let some of these go by. Cocanower, 73 pitches here. We're not even through the 5th. And then Gibby gets his second infield single. Do we have him try to steal again? He's not going to get thrown out twice, right? Are we getting greedy? There we go. On a changeup. Picked a better pitch to go on. So that's the 15th stolen base for Gibby. And he's in scoring position for Hatcher. Oh, Hatcher strikes out. Well, that's a bummer. We're going to the 6th. Still 1-0 Detroit. Moore, Romero, and Scooby-Doo up. Scooby-Doo up? That was unintentional comedy. Moore popping it up into foul ground on the first base side. Here is Ed Romero. Oh, no, there's a gapper into right center field, and Romero has a double. His 26th double on the season. I think right around 300 this year. Romero's been solid. Okay, so Bob Skube, we could walk him to set up a double play. That did not go well for me as Skube lines to second. Remember, we did that in yesterday's game with Dave Smith on the mound. He'd already given up 2 runs, and we intentionally walked the batter and then to get to the next guy. And what happened? It was a 2-run home run. And Dave Smith, who hadn't given up a run since he was traded to Detroit, gave up 4 runs in that inning and just jacked up his ERA. That was on me. I think one of the few times that the intentional walk has completely backfired. At any rate, Blyleven gets out of that jam, and we go to the bottom of the 6th with Brock grounding out to short. Eddie Murray still slumping. 2 outs now for Lance Parrish, and Parrish swinging at just about anything, it seems. We're going to the 7th inning. So Blyleven is only at 69 pitches, and really, I guess 7 innings is what I was hoping for, but if he keeps going like this, we're just going to keep him in there. Oh, crap. Base hit to lead off the 7th from Molitor. He was caught stealing last time on the base path. Yeah, I can't imagine he'd try it again. As Asadoor strikes out, that's 6 Ks. Love to get a double play right here. Nope. A 2-run shot from Alan Cockrell. They hung around long enough to get the right pitch. And the Brewers, on Cockrell's 13th home run of the season, are ahead 2-1. So Blyleven comes back. He gets Doug Loman to fly to left. There's 2 down. And then he walks Dave Sachs. 16 pitches this inning so far for Blyleven. And he jams Charlie Moore, pops it up at home plate. Foul ground, and that'll do it. 2-run shot by Cockrell. Tigers are down. Here's Sweet Lou leading off. We need a big hit ourselves now. As Whitaker pops up to short. 1 out. And Trammell. And again, on a 3-1 count, I mean, there potentially could have been so many more walks. We look back on this game, there's another walk there. It's a first walk, actually, for Cocanower. I guess he's effectively wild today. With Miller on first, we need that stolen base, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything for us. So we're going to let Rickey Henderson swing away here. Oh, there we go. Wild pitch from Cocanower. Gets Miller into scoring position. That feels ominous. 3-1 count and another walk. This is what we should have been doing the whole game. 109 pitches from Cocanower. His endurance is pretty high. His command is decent, actually. So 1st and 2nd, 2 out. Here's Gibby. 6 for 10 in his career. And, oh, man, snagged by Romero. That looked like a base hit. You know, we didn't switch over to the in-game stats. Gibby 3 for 4 today with that stolen base. And, man, if he had made it 4 for 4, we would have tied that ball game up. And a good play by Romero, who leads off the top of the 8th. Blyleven's still in there. Oh, come on. That's another damn double from Romero. What is that, 27? So Romero has Blyleven's number. Bob Skube up next. Skube hits a fly ball into right center field. Will Romero tag? He does not. I mean, they're up a run. Could have had a guy at third. I don't know about that. Chet Lemon gets an infield single. Now we got to pull the infield in. against the best hitter on the team. Oh, wow. Paul Molitor strikes out on a pitch that was low and outside. And one pitch away from getting out of this jam. Blyleven gets Asadoor to pop it up to first. Brock makes the catch. Okay. Still down a run. That could have been a lot worse. If they had Romero tag, he would have scored on that infield single. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. Oh, you bet your ass it will, as Hatcher gets a double down the left field line. His 15th double of the season. And now we have Brockness Monster up. We need him to pull it to the right side. Let's get Hatcher over. There we go. Nicely done for Brockness. And now the infield's in. Cocanower is tired at 117 pitches. And steady Eddie Murray has been anything but steady. We are going to take out Hatcher. We're going to put in Gieselars, much better speed. We're going to assume we're going to tie it up here. And we're going to ask for a sac fly from Eddie. Anything on the ground, we're screwed. That'll get it done. Fly ball to left field. Solars tags up, and it's 2-2. And now we've got our defensive specialist in at third. They're keeping Cocanower in there for Lance Parrish, and Big Wheel flies out to center. 0 for 4 for Parrish today. All right, we're going to the ninth, folks. Again, if we're going to extra innings, we are short on pitchers. So I think we're going to let Blyleven go one more. Why not? He deserves it. He's only at 105 pitches. He gives up another leadoff base hit, though. That is a bad sign. Cockrell on first. This is why we got Bert, though. We got him for the stretch run to be the veteran we need so desperately. And the ground ball to Solars. Oh, man. Would have made me look like a genius if that would have been a double play. Instead, the go-ahead run is in scoring position for Dave Sachs. Sachs has a hit and a walk today. And there's a blooper in the left center field. Oh, Gibby makes the catch. Nicely done for Gibson. Not a great defensive left fielder. Gets the job done there. Look at all those sidearm curves. Now we need to pull the outfield in for Charlie Moore. Anything that drops in, we need to keep it in front of us. And there's a hit to left. What happened? Oh, the run scored, and I guess Charlie Moore went for a double. And Gibson threw him out. Well, I don't know. I mean, whatever. So here's Bob Gibson, not the Bob Gibson, the other Bob Gibson. And Bob Gibson just got the closer's role. It was Pat Underwood. And Pat Underwood got sent down to the minors, and he was doing great. So I don't understand that. But this Bob Gibson is now the closer, and he blew his save in his first attempt. Did hang on to get the vulture win. So we have Whitaker, Trammell, and Miller due up here in the bottom of the ninth. Whitaker grounds out to third. Trammell grounds out to short. And Miller pops up. That was a total bullshit game. Tigers lose 3-2. That's frustrating, folks. We've lost 2 in a row now after losing that game to the Red Sox. That was our bullpen. Well, it was all the pitchers. They all sucked that game. But we did save our bullpen this game, so we'll say that much. Let's take a look at the standings. New York did not gain a game. In fact, it looks like they're just pacing us at this point. Oh, look at this, though. Seattle 4 games back at Kansas City. At one time, Kansas City had that division sewed up. Even Chicago is back in. Let's take a look at transaction. We know there's no trades. Wow, there's a bunch of stuff going on here. Oh, no, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Okay, well, first of all, Tom Buskey retires at age 35. He did pitch in 81 and 80 for Toronto, and he wasn't getting into the majors this year, so they cut him loose. And then Minnesota, after winning the division last year, dead last this year, they lose Paul Moskow and Doug Rauch. They're going to lose Doug Rauch for 8 months. Will he be back in time for spring training? I can't do that kind of math. 260 days. He's going to be back in May of next year, right? So, sorry for Doug Rauch there. 10 and 11, though, in his first season as a Minnesota Twin. And then Tim Lawler, who we traded over there for Bert Blyleven, is going to miss 13 days. And he's been bad. Okay, well, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Man, player of the game, I guess it's going to be Gibby, right? He went 3 for 4. He had a stolen base. He also was caught stealing, but he did get a defensive assist. So we're going to give that to him, too. So congrats to Gibby on that. Bert Blyleven deserved a better fate. But, you know, Milwaukee hung around, and they did what they needed to do. He's 10 and 12 overall. So is Jaime Cocanower. And Bob Gibson gets his first save of the season. All right. That's going to do it for today. We're going to come back tomorrow with Game 2 of the 3-game series. Until then, everyone, have a great night.